sure, but I think they're ready.
But we will not stop until we know the facts.
There you go, Nancy. Nancy Grace is up in the house. Nancy, I love me some Nancy Grace, guys. Guys, the granny cam is on. But I got something new for y'all asses. Guys. If you look up in the corner, you see the arrows? Look at the arrows. Come on. Some of you blind motherfuckers can't catch on. Some of y'all just on the slow bus, and some of y'all gonna never catch on what the hell I'm talking about, but we about to talk about it. If you look up in the corner, guys, look up in the corner. You see all the arrows in the corner. It says live caller cam. What that mean, Granny? Live caller cam. So, guys, if you look up in the chat, there's going to be a link. Look up in the chat, there's going to be a link. When you click on that link, I don't care if you're using your cell phone, if you're using your computer. When you click on that, it's going to take you to a little area. And you're going to say, go ahead and use your camera. That's what you're going to say to enter the room. You're going to be able to enter this room, and we'll be able to see your motherfucking ass. But the whole thing in a nutshell, some of y'all going to fuck this up. I already know some of y'all going to fuck it up, but we're going to talk about it anyway. When you click on that, you enter the room. And the password, and guys, I'll leave that over there in the chat. I'll leave it in the chat. The password is going to be Kelly, capital K. Capital K. That's the only thing that's capitalized. Capital K. E-L-L-I-E. Okay, and I'm only going to let 4 of y'all in here at a time. Okay, and make sure you presentable. Make sure you presentable. Okay, brush your hair. Well, put your teeth in. Granny is the only one allowed up in here without her teeth. Okay, so put your teethuses in. That's a must. Okay, and don't have everybody in the background. Now, if you're going to sit up here and don't show your face, you're going to be sitting in the dark like your power ain't been paid.
Stop it, Granny.
Up in this motherfucker.
Stop, Granny. Stop that. Stop it, Granny.
All this information is in. I'm going to leave it over there in the chat. Push on the link, and I can let 4 of y'all in at one time. We're going to be respectful up in here of one another. Guys, you don't have to agree with my damn opinion. We're going to be talking with Nancy Grace and Officer. I call him Officer Tay-Tay. I've been knowing Officer Tay-Tay for quite some time. Officer Brandon Tatum. And this is a ex-officer who interviewed all them light-skinned boys when we talking about the doggone Nolan Wells case. The case is sad. It is sad.
It is sad.
Don't forget to go ahead, like, comment, share, and subscribe. The Granny Cam is going to be open, guys. 682-812-9713. Guys, you got my contact information down here below. Okay, you got my email. You got my Cash App. Don't forget that shit. And then, guys, you got my Venmo. All of that is there. And new as of today, look way up there in the corner, guys. Way up there in the corner. Way up there. We got the live caller cam. So 4 of y'all at one time can get up here and tell me what y'all think about this case. Now, I've said this at other times. Don't play. Don't get up here and act brand new. And don't get up in here and think you just going to be on the mic breathing. Okay, you got to add some quality to what the fuck we talking about.
Oh, stop it, Granny.
Just sitting up here because you want your 2 seconds worth of fame.
Stop it, Granny.
That's not going to work. Okay, so get on here and have something to say and pertaining to this case. Don't go off on a tangent on a motherfucking case.
Stop it, Granny.
We ain't about to do that today.
Granny,
stop.
We're
talking about Nolan Wells. God bless him.
Coming from you, I do give that credence because you were a Tucson PD. I've had people sit down, look me right in the face and lie, and they are so convincing.
Don't fuck with Nancy.
So I don't know who's telling the truth.
This is Brandon Tatum.
Did y'all just see what unfunny ex-comedian D.L. Hughley just said about me? Posted a picture of me and my wife. To do what? To be a racist? You are the lamest dude in all of comedy.
I don't know what the fuck he talking about. That damn D.L. Hughley is funny. He's funny to me, but I'm going to tell you something, guys. I learned pretty quick in life. There's certain people you don't fuck with, and D.L. Hughley is one of them. Okay, not only is he funny, this motherfucker smart. Okay, you fuck with him, he don't like you guys. He'll crawl up in your sphincter. He'll crawl up there, guys, like a little gerbil, and he won't come out. Okay, so don't try to ride his ass, because he will get your ass. I don't know what is Officer Tay-Tay talking about. This dude is funny. I like him. I love him. He's smart and he's funny. But he about to read Officer Tay-Tay here in a second.
What is more lame than calling yourself the job you used to
See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying?
You're a football player who failed at being a football player. You didn't make the team, so you became an officer.
Uh-oh.
That wasn't working out, so you became an influencer.
Oh, shit.
You talked about emotion. What is more emotional than this?
Oh, shit.
Ooh. Uh-oh.
No, you ain't up here crying like a bitch. Are you really crying
Relax.
like a bitch? It looks like...
Stop it, Granny.
Tay-Tay crying like a bitch.
Stop it, Granny.
You cried for a white dude
Uh-oh.
who the people didn't even think you worthy to speak at his funeral.
Oh, my God.
You said you wouldn't cry for your son, but you cried for him. That's not emotion?
Ooh.
You talked the way Benjamin Crump talks.
Oh, my
Just
God.
want to blame white folks. And so I go out there because I know that lame Al Sharpton and Mr. I Can't Read,
Oh,
Benjamin
my.
Crump.
Oh, Lord. He getting Granny's blood sugar up. And the blood pressure, too. Now, guys, you don't fuck around with Ben Crump. You don't fuck around. Me and Ben Crump, we've been tight for years. You do not fuck around with Ben Crump. See, the whole thing he talking about Ben Crump can't read. Guys, Ben Crump like myself. He country. We two are the same. Country will fuck a word up. We will fuck it up, guys. I just bring it out there. He's educated. But my whole thing in a nutshell, I said this in other videos. Okay, why in life would he sit up there and go up there with that conference with that autopsy? And we sit up there and read it off verbatim. You are a civil rights attorney. And I love me some BM guys. Don't get it twisted up. I'll fuck you up in here. Don't get it twisted up. Anyway, why would he get up there and read off that autopsy verbatim? Word for word. For
That's
those of
crazy.
you who don't know what verbatim means.
That's crazy, Granny. That's
Get
crazy.
up there and do that. You are not a physician. And for the life of me, and I've said this in other videos, the damn physician was a damn coroner. What was, did you have an emergency somewhere else? You take care of dead people, sir. You're taking care of dead people. There was no reason in the world you couldn't be there. And then some of y'all say, oh, the conference was held in Mississippi and the doctor was in Washington, D.C. Guys, get the fuck on with that.
Stop it, Granny.
He could have got on Granny Cam, whatever the case may be. He could have got on the damn Zoom and he could have sat up there and read off his findings himself. See, it's a lot of questions that's going on with this autopsy. A lot of damn questions that wasn't answered. And the main reason wasn't answered is because they let Ben Crump get his monkey ass up there. And I love me some Ben, guys. Don't send me no hate email about Ben. I think this would have been more productive.
Me too,
If the
Granny.
damn doctor would have got up there and read off what he read. Okay? Ben Crump shouldn't have been his ass up there. Fucking up some words. Fucking it, just like Officer Tay-Tay said, fucking up some words, but don't get it fucked up. Okay? Because Ben is educated, guys. He been taking on some serious cases, guys. He knows his shit. I don't know what Officer Tay-Tay talking about. But Ben did get up there. Let's just call it dang a dang. Ben did get up there and fuck up some words. Now, before I forget, because I done already forgot, I got my grandbaby up there. Okay. I had to give her a little position.
Hello, guys. Hello.
And guys, she is the moderator.
That's
And
right.
Kelly, K to the E, double L-I-E from Why I Killed You TV. Anyway, she's the chat. This is what she calls herself, guys. Go ahead and, guys, come on. Help her out. She's up in here. But anyway, give her a little praise for she the chat moderator. Okay. And so those of you who don't act right, those of you who get on this mic and have a senior moment, your ass gonna be cut off. Don't blame Granny. Don't be it's gonna be Kelly up there, the chat moderator. Okay, but this Officer Tay-Tay is too much.
It's just race hustling, y'all.
You talked about how those boys are innocent. You had proof. Now, I don't know whether they're innocent or not. I don't know what happened there. But I know one conversation with a failed football player and a social media influencer is not the predicate. You don't have any toxicology report.
There you go.
don't have an autopsy report.
There you go.
You talked about black people acting a fool. Black people are right to be suspicious of a state.
Yes, we is.
It took 31 years and 3 trials to prosecute and find guilty the murder of Medgar Evers. Black people are right to be suspicious of
There you go.
that in 2005 found 215 black people that were dead and buried in a pauper's grave and nobody knew they were there.
That's
Black
sad.
people are right
There you go.
to be suspicious of a state
Go,
that
DL.
just killed a 1-year-old boy and
Oh,
being brought to
go, DL.
Black people are right to be suspicious of a state that has been poisoning black people with the water since the 19.
See what I'm saying? Y'all don't fuck around with DL. Don't get him hyped up. Do not fuck around with DL. This man is not playing.
1960s. Black people didn't look for this fight. They want justice. All they want is
Exactly.
accountability. And if it's those boys, it should be that. Nobody has a predetermined notion. I don't know what happened. But if you're saying that that Al Sharpton and that Benjamin Crump are on one side, you're certainly on the other.
There you go.
For 2 days.
There
you go.
You
That's
know if they're
true.
guilty.
There you
know
go.
if they're innocent. You know that. Your name is your moniker is Officer Tatum, not Detective Tatum.
Ooh, he
You
cut
can
him.
make
He
your
cut
work
him.
a detective.
He cut
You're
him.
an influencer who says what white people want you to say.
Ooh.
And don't you find it interesting that they chose to speak to you, and they chose to speak to you for the same reason that you're a conservative, for the same reason Turning Point did, because you're safe.
And I said this. I said this shit before DL even got on here. I said that I watched that interview that Officer Brandon Tatum. I sat up there and I watched that interview. And one of them boys got on there, and Officer Tay asked, why did you, and I could paraphrase my ass off, guys.
You
I'll
sure
never
can,
do shit
Granny.
right.
You sure can.
But Officer Tatum sat up there and asked that light-skinned boy, why did you contact me? Why was I the first person you thought about? And I'm paraphrasing, and that boy sat up there and said, I'm paraphrasing, guys, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. That light-skinned boy got up there and said, because I knew you would be on our side. That's what he said.
He said it.
That's what
He said it, Granny.
Because I knew you would be on our side. See, this Officer Tay, he got a history of doing shit like that, guys. He don't never hear the whole motherfucking story. Always
Relax,
jumping the
Granny.
motherfucking conclusion.
Relax.
And always on the light skin side. Now I'm gonna tell you something, guys. I'm gonna tell you something. Don't get on here talking about, oh, Granny being prejudiced, this, that, and the third. Don't play. Oh, I got some gray hair going in my eye, guy. You gotta excuse me. Anyway, I'm gonna tell you. Granny got some light skin in her damn self, so don't fuck around and acting like, oh, she only on the black people's side. Oh, she only on the white people's side. Don't go there, guys. Okay? Because, guys, I'm all swirled up. Granny is black and white together. Okay? So don't get up here and acting like I'm only on black people's side because I'm black, because I'm not all the way black. Okay? I identify with being African American all day long, but guys, I do got a little white up in me.
Uh-oh,
Okay?
Granny.
We're not going to go there today. But like I say, this Officer Tay, he's something else, guys. And Nancy Gray, Nancy Grace going to get up. I said Nancy Gray, guys. That's the singer. I meant Nancy Grace. She going to talk to him in a little bit.
They know you're a black man who'll do what he's told.
There you go.
Bombshell tonight. In the last 24 hours, Nolan Wells' family hits social media giants, subpoenaing Nolan's accounts.
There you go. That's
I'm
your
Nancy
ass.
Grace. This is Crime Stories. I want to thank you for being with us.
So, guys, if you want to get on here live, the link is in the description. In the chat, guys. The link to get on here live, have your camera up here in the corner, the live caller cam. The link is pinned in the chat, and along with the password.
I love the music. I love it. Go on, Nancy.
He was face down on the beach right at the water's edge.
If he was sent face down, that also doesn't make sense to me. If he's face down,
Oh, my God.
pool, just by nature of gravity this way.
So right now we've got a lot of questions, but as the second doctor says, this is all still pending investigation.
And you know what, guys? One thing that make me sad. I'm gonna before we gonna rewind this all the way. The granny cam, the Why I Killed You TV. All this shit ain't gonna be for everybody. All this shit not gonna be for everybody. I'm gonna tell you that right now. If it ain't for you, turn your monkey ass to another channel. That's what you do. It's not going to be for everybody. Okay? Guys, the views I express in my videos are my personal views, my personal opinions, guys. Like I say, there's other channels you can take your monkey ass to. Go ahead and do that. My whole thing is, guys, I never make fun of the deceased. I make fun of the motherfucker that think they gonna get away
You
with
right,
it. That's
Gran.
who I
You
make
are
fun
right.
of. That's who I make fun of all day long. Not him making fun of Nolan whatsoever. Nolan Wells' own mama, Christine, said Nolan wouldn't want us to be up in here crying, being sad, getting all dehydrated and shit, crying over this. However, he would have want us to find what the fuck happened. And that's what we doing up in here, guys. We trying to figure out what the fuck happened because something very peculiar going on in this particular case. Okay? Guys, Granny Cam is on 682-812-9713. If you want to get on here live, look in the chat, guys. I pinned it. Look up in the chat, guys. I done said this shit because I know I gotta say this several times because some of y'all slow.
What's going on, Papa? Welcome to the room.
Slow bus. I already know. Look in the pinned comment in the chat. Guys, there will be a link. Click on that link. Enter the room. The password is capital. The password is Kelly, but capital K. That's the only thing that's going to be capitalized. Capital K. ELLIE. That's the password to get up in here. And guys, make sure when you enter the room, you want to go ahead and say hi to my grandbaby Kelly, who's monitoring this shit, and hi to Granny, guys. So we gonna see what's going on with this particular case. It's sad. It is sad.
It is sad,
and
Granny.
for the life of me, guys. Now, could this be a drowning? He could have drowned accidentally. Yeah, but we want to know that. That's all we want to know. Did somebody hurt him, or was this a drowning? That's all we want to know. We trying to get down to the bottom of it.
If this were your child, wouldn't you want to know what happened?
Yes, Grace.
Mom asked for Nolan's phone.
Right.
Was there a struggle over it, or did you guys hand it over?
I mean, just handed it over.
Struggling.
You know, we didn't
Ain't
think
nobody
anything of it.
struggling.
You know, she asked for Nolan's phone. We knew they were close friends with, the Wells family, and my buddy went out to his truck and handed the phone over. No complications, no issue, nothing. But I mean,
See, Officer Tatum, he asked some dumbass questions. Christine asked for the phone. He gonna sit up there and say, was a struggle over? I'll be damned. If you got my baby phone and I ask for the phone, ain't gonna be no struggle.
You right, Granny.
If I think it's gonna be some struggling, guess what? You about to spring a leak. You about to spring.
Relax.
I'm about to struggle.
Relax, Granny.
Without her wig, that's not gonna happen. If I ask for my baby phone, you don't give it to me, then guess what? You about to spring a leak.
Relax, Granny.
And
Relax.
we going to another funeral. I'm not about to be struggling with you over my baby phone.
told Miss Christine that we had his phone and he had left it in our possession on the boat.
When did you talk to her about that?
When I was on, no, I didn't talk to her once. Like it was like
She lied.
I mean, I might have texted
Allegedly.
a couple times and talked briefly about a couple things, but I never. I told her on the phone before I called the Coast Guard that we had Nolan's phone. Before I called Miss Christine, none of us had a reason to go through Nolan's phone. I mean, there's multiple phones on the boat. Why would it be? And the boat was having issues. Why would our concern be getting on Nolan's phone or something? I mean,
But you did it.
Nolan's password. None of my friends do. We had no reason ever to get on Nolan's phone and look at anything. I didn't even touch Nolan's phone. None of us touched Nolan's phone until somebody took it off the boat and put it in Wyatt's truck, and then no one touched it until we handed it back, to the mom. That was
Why all the shit deleted? Nobody touched the phone. Why was all the shit deleted? And why, when y'all got back to the mainland, y'all deleted all your social media, including somebody's stepmama who's the damn judge? Why is all the shit deleted? See, that shit don't make no sense.
at my buddy's house.
That is from the Officer Tatum show.
Officer
He
Tay-Tay.
has interviewed several of the young men that were on the boat when Nolan Wells was taken to Horn Island. They say he was not on the boat on the return trip, although audio seems to suggest otherwise. Listen to the Mississippi Department of Marine Resources.
Break it down, Nancy. Break it down.
This is sad. This is sad.
Is he dead? You know what I'm saying? He's about to die.
Vicky speaking. How can I help you?
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can y'all please come? We have a membership.
Y'all sat up there and you said you're sinking. You sat up there and you said you're sinking. Okay, if I'm about to sink, I'm not going to be sitting up here talking about no membership. And guys, it doesn't seem like y'all in any distress. And then one of your granddaddy, this is the unbelievable part. One of your granddaddy called and canceled the tow people and told them that y'all was okay. How the hell would the granddaddy know that granddaddy ain't on the boat? See, guys, it's too many unusual shit going on here. Why would the granddaddy call the tow people and say you don't need no tow? You okay? Why would it? Granddaddy should have told you, hey, if y'all not sinking, go ahead and call the tow people. But the granddad, see, something peculiar. And another thing, guys, when you look at the GPS for the boat, if you got a sinking boat, why was you guys still going to different ports? You kept going, and I call them ports, guys, but I should have said docks. Okay, excuse the verbiage. Why y'all still going to several docks, even though you claim the boat was sinking? See, Granny ain't gonna be on no sinking ass boat, and then you gonna take me on a tour going to different docks when this motherfucker sinking. That's not gonna happen. Once we got to that dock, guy, I would got my ass off.
True that, Granny.
That's what I would have
Me too.
Okay, matter of fact, I would have left Horn Island at all if I thought that the boat was sinking. See, it's just too much shit. It's not adding up.
All right, of course. How far is the work coming up, sir? Can you give me a description? Ankles?
Ankles.
Hello?
Hey.
Yes, how far is the water coming up, sir?
It's coming up. We're just sinking. I don't know. Like we're going down.
That's the whole thing sound like that they are sitting up there, and it seemed like something that happened to Nolan. I don't know what.
True that, Granny.
Something that happened to Nolan, and they more focused on that than this damn half-baked bullshit story.
Relax, Granny. Relax.
About the damn
Relax.
boat sinking. Okay, and this is allegedly, guys. This is my personal opinion. I think that this sinking of the boat shit is weird, and I don't think it's true.
No.
All right, well, let's get you going. Membership number or phone number listed on the account, sir?
I don't know the phone number. It's either. I think it's. Try that.
All right.
I know we have a membership, like guaranteed. I don't have the tag on here.
Unless you have a membership number or anything, it's okay.
You're supposed to be afraid for your life, but you able to recite off a damn membership number. Okay, that's weird.
I'll switch over to the captain. What's the best phone number to reach you at?
Reach me at 2.
Particular phrases in that call, if it's to be believed, Nolan don't die.
There you go.
Sure, he's dead. Is he dead? Nolan, OMG.
OMG.
Wake the F up.
Oh, wake the fuck up.
On. I thought
Relax,
he was on
Granny.
Check his chest.
What's going on?
That, if it's to be believed, suggests that Nolan was on that boat.
There you
Tatum
go.
says the witnesses are clear. He was not on the boat. Tonight,
Tatum don't know shit. Officer Tatum don't know shit. He just always jumping to conclusions.
learned in the last 24 hours the Nolan Wells family hits social media giants with subpoenas for all information related to Nolan's phone. First, straight out to Dave Matt Crime Stories investigative reporter. Then we will be joined by Brandon Tatum.
Bring him on. We ready.
What's happening?
Right now, Nancy, the family of Nolan Wells has announced that they are going after, they have subpoenaed.
And see, this boat right here, this has been part of the controversy. They said Nolan Wells was on a boat, and they believe that that boat belonged to Katie's daddy. Katie's daddy. Now remember Katie. Katie was the light-skinned girl that Nolan met on the island. And they said that this boat is a great possibility that it can belong to Katie's daddy. And they said Katie's daddy was out there with, I guess, his uncles, because it was Katie's, no, his brothers. It should be Katie's uncles. Katie's dad. Let's rewind.
Rewind it, Granny. Rewind.
Nolan Wells is a great possibility that this is Nolan Wells on the back of Katie's daddy's boat. And Katie's daddy was out there with his brothers, which would have been Katie's uncles. And maybe there's a great possibility that them light-skinned boys wasn't liking the fact that Nolan was African American and that Katie evidently, I don't know, maybe she was liking him, maybe he was liking her, whatever the case may be. And so, guys, and when I talk, guys, I'm not just talking about it's a great possibility that these boys could have unalived Nolan Wells. I'm not even saying that this wasn't an accident. I'm not even saying that. I'm just saying it was too many unknowns. And now you throw up in the mix that this boat, that Nolan was on this boat that belonged.
Papa sat up here and said, I guess the boys was drunk on the boat. Hey, it was 4th of July weekend. Shit, everybody drunk on the boat.
Possibility to the daddy of Katie. Guys, that's throwing in something else in the mix. Could they have been involved? And guys, I tell you what, if you go ahead, get into your chat GPT, do a still frame of the back of this boat, and when you blow it up, when you ask chat GPT what it say on the back of the boat, it's going to say little, L-I-L, daddy. If it do indeed say little daddy, then guess what? This is the boat of Katie's daddy. A lot of you say Big Daddy, Mac and cheese, whatever the case may be. Well, when I put it in my chat GPT, it say little daddy. And if it does say little daddy, guess what?
What?
This is Katie's daddy boat.
Uh-oh.
So, did Nolan stay behind to be with Katie daddy, and the uncles? That's another thing.
Documents for Nolan Wells' phone. They've gone to the media giants like, TikTok, Instagram,
Sweet baby.
Everybody that Nolan Wells used to push out videos of what he was doing and pictures. And they believe that some material was deleted from Nolan's phone.
There you go. There you go.
Trying to prove with these subpoenas to get all of the information, as well as, by the way, the location tracking app Life 360. So you got Snapchat, WhatsApp, TikTok,
Snippety snap
other platforms, and Life 360.
And I done said this before. This is how the family, especially the mama, Christine, Nolan's mama, sat up there and said, this is peculiar that my son is not on Chippity Chat, Snapchat, whatever the case may be. He's not Snippety Chat.
Granny, you tripping.
This is how she said, oh, this shit is peculiar. Something is weird.
60. All of this, the court documents already filed, Nancy.
Nolan Wells' family slapped subpoenas on multiple social media giants seeking his account information and data.
There you go.
This into the investigation of the teen college football player's mysterious death. They were issued in the last 24 hours, including Snapchat, WhatsApp, TikTok, Meta platforms.
He was a baby.
Life.
He was a baby.
And these are according to court documents demanding the companies turn over all materials, info related to Nolan's account.
Good.
This includes current and prior usernames, passwords, email addresses, phone numbers, even displaying names. They
mean business.
Names. They want IP addresses associated with every
Get
account,
their asses.
communication, chats, posts, stories, and info. His cell phone has become a critical issue in the probe into Nolan's death. What happened to Nolan?
There
now,
you
his
go.
mother, Christine, says when her son's phone was brought to the family, they had concerns because there were no pictures or videos on either of his Snapchat accounts. Triggering their fear, items may have been deleted.
Boom
That's
shakalaka.
what's happening.
That's what's happening.
There's been a lot of controversy. Were photos, were texts deleted? Were snaps deleted? We've been trying to figure it out, but we're seeing through a mirror darkly. We don't know. But according to experts, a trail will be left if anything has been deleted, even if you delete it from the deleted file. Now, joining us, special guest,
Break it down.
Tatum.
Oh, shit. Here we go. Here we go.
Guys, if you want to get on the live cam, I have posted several times the way you get on the live cam. Guys, go ahead and click that link. You'll be able to get on the live cam. And then the password is Kelly. Capital Kellie. And your video is going to pop up here in the corner, guys, if you want to get on live cam.
Officer with Tucson PD. That's what impresses me.
Come on, Tay.
It impresses a lot of other people as he is the star.
I ain't impressed.
Officer Tatum.
Me neither, Granny.
I ain't impressed.
Officer Tatum, thank you for being with us tonight. Question to you. You interviewed, as we played at the get-go, several of Nolan's friends. Did they show you photos, videos, snaps of that day on Horn Island?
There we go.
Well,
look, let me tell you, I don't mean to cut the motherfucker off, but he ain't gonna be talking about shit. He ain't gonna talk about a damn thing. Everything is one-sided with his ass. Everything is one-sided. And anytime...
What's going on, Stacks? Welcome to the room.
Somebody light-skinned say something, this motherfucker believe it. He believe it. So you sat there and you let one of them white boys take you to Horn Island. You gave it a tour, this, that, and the third. And everything he said, you believed it. But somebody had already pointed out that during the interview, the boy had already fucked up the timeline. The boy sat up there, and I'm paraphrasing, guys. He sat up there and said that he hadn't seen Nolan since 3 o'clock. And they were telling Nolan get his ass on the boat, and Nolan refused to stay. Evidently, they were trying to say that Nolan was going to stay there and try to get some kitty cat from Katie.
Relax, Granny, relax.
Trying to get a Kit Kat from Katie.
Relax.
Okay, that's what the boy said. And then within microseconds, he said that was the last time he seen Nolan. Now, he's saying this in front of Officer Fife. Officer Bobby Fife. He's saying that in front of his face right there on the couch. And then within seconds, not even a minute goes by, he sat up there and said, okay, the last time he seen Nolan was at around 3 p.m. when he told him to get on the boat. The boat was having problems. Get on the boat. And then he sat up there and said something about another time, roughly about 4:30. He said, my friend told Nolan to get on the boat roughly about 4:30. Well, which one was it, motherfucker? Which one was it? Was it 3 o'clock or was it 4 or 4:30? He sat up there.
Thank you, Stacks, for coming in the room. You know I love having you here.
And said two different times right in your face, and you didn't notice that shit. You're supposed to be the big police officer, big detective. That's who you're supposed to be. Big Barney Fife looking motherfucker.
Oh.
And you did not
Granny, come on, Granny.
Sitting up there lying on the damn couch, allegedly. That's what I don't like about his monkey ass.
Nancy, thank you so much for having me on. I interviewed to 4 of the boys that are originally accused of
that's what the couch I'm talking about right there.
And they did show me a lot of evidence. I want people to be very clear with this. I spent my career putting people in jail. My career is based on getting justice for people.
Your career is over on that.
Oh, Granny. So, hey, Joseph, welcome to the room.
Me going out and doing this was to find out what happened to Nolan Wells. And in talking to these young men, the burden of proof is they're going to have to prove to me. I'm not going to listen to what they say out of their mouth.
You did.
In many cases, they showed me videos of Nolan on the island. They showed me videos of the boat when they were getting towed out, which is consistent with, kind of similar to what the phone call was. I mean, they showed me pictures of them with Nolan. They showed me phone records of them calling Nolan's mom and all of the above. So they seemed very consistent.
Let me tell you something. I understand the boat was sinking allegedly. I understand it was sinking, and roughly y'all left that island around 3, 4, 4:30, depending on who the fuck you talk to. Y'all left that Horn Island. Okay, however, when you made it to the mainland, when you got the boat finally back to the owner's house, roughly about 6:06, because in the meantime, in between time, y'all was going to different docks with this raggedy-ass boat that you claim was sinking, but you managed to get it to the owner's house roughly about 6:06, and I understand. Y'all were in fear for your motherfucking lives.
Relax,
You kept
Granny.
going to different ports.
Relax.
That's what I do not understand.
Me
However,
neither.
you got to the mainland at 6:06. However, you did not. And then they, to add insult to injury, they say your asses went out to eat.
Uh-oh.
And I'm thinking you guys were in cahoots together trying to get your motherfucking story together. That's what I'm thinking. But anyway, from 6:06 p.m. to 11:07, when you did call Christine, who is Nolan's mama, y'all didn't try to call her in that time frame. Y'all did not try to call her. And the thing is, all y'all up in here talking about we was Nolan's good friends. We was Nolan's good friends. We was besties. We grew up together. Why in the fuck?
Granny.
When his dad came to the door, he knocked at the door to get his son's car keys. He had to introduce himself. Elmore, he had to introduce himself to the boys as I'm Nolan's daddy.
You right.
Why would he have to introduce himself when he knocked on the damn door if y'all grew up together? That don't sound like y'all been knowing him for quite some time. And then y'all want to play games with the motherfucking car keys. Even though the car keys were sitting on top of the Xbox inside of the damn house. See, this shit is weird. That shit is weird. Why would the daddy have to enter? Somebody explain, put it in the chat, because shit don't make no sense.
It don't, Granny.
Why
It's
would
weird.
the daddy knock on the door and have to introduce himself to the boys as Nolan's daddy? He wouldn't have to do that if y'all been knowing each other for quite some time. That's what I do not understand. Then, on top of that, and listen the fuck up when I tell you this, on top of that, the boys start talking about Nolan in the past tense. Why would you have to talk about Nolan in the past tense? All we know, he's still alive, because it's still July the 4th, July the 5th.
You right, Granny.
They did not find his unalive body until July the 6th. Why are y'all talking about Nolan in the past tense? See, that shit ain't adding up.
They seem very genuine, and they also proved to me some of the things that they had told me in the interview that I had with them that I have uploaded on my YouTube channel.
Officer Tatum, are you telling me that they had reception on Horn?
There you go.
Island?
Break it down, Nancy. I love me some Nancy.
Many people are saying, well, the reason that there's nothing on Nolan's phone of that day, like there's no pictures, there's no snaps, there's no text, there's no anything, not because it was deleted, but because he didn't have reception. But you're telling me the other boys did have snaps, photos, videos.
Peculiar, Nancy.
Reception?
Yeah,
Peculiar.
No, Nancy, let me clarify this for you.
Clear it up, shit.
It wasn't that they uploaded this online. They showed me videos and things that they took from the boat during the outing on 4th of July. I was personally out at Horn Island. I rode out there on a boat.
So Joseph said he has some friends and he had never met their parents. I think that's odd, Joseph. I think that is odd. These boys are claiming they grew up with Nolan. We're talking about kids. Now, I can see if you're an adult, you older, yeah, maybe you've never met your friend's parents, but I think that is odd.
And I didn't have great reception there. And I left my phone in the boat when I got into the water and we were actually going out to do interviews.
Objection. Objection.
Oh, shit, you about to get started.
You've been in court long enough to know you're going to get
Thank you,
objections.
Joseph.
You said you didn't have great reception, but you did have reception, did you not?
No, there was reception. It just wasn't great, and it wasn't great enough for people, in my opinion,
He
to
backpedaling.
upload.
That's what he doing.
Potentially, but you wasn't going to upload data to a social media account. Now, could people take the steps to do it if they're dedicated enough? Yes, but it doesn't appear that would have been a frequent thing.
He backpedaling.
The fact that you probably had
He
one
sure
or two
is.
bars out there. And I heard evidence of that. Not only did I see evidence of it when I went out there myself personally with my cell phone, when I listened to the CETO call, you could tell that the call dropped out several times. It seemed like they were having trouble at times hearing each other. So it is consistent. And anybody that travel out there that have gone to the 4th of July celebration, they know that the reception is not very great. So the videos that they showed me in call logs were things that were not associated to social media, that they never posted on social media. It was, pictures and videos that they took on their phone.
Ooh, this guy's too much. He is too much. Half of the shit coming out of his mouth, I don't even believe.
is yes, you had reception on Horn Island.
Yes, I did have reception on Horn Island.
Okay, break it down. Get his ass, Nancy. Hurry up.
Played that CETO call. It's 2 words, SEATOW, and it's kind of insurance that people have that are boat goers. And if you have a problem, CETO will come and tow you back to the mainland.
I agree, Joseph, with you.
They said they had a problem. They said they were taking on water. One of your takes is that all the chatter that we're hearing, wake up, Nolan, are you dead, Nolan, wake the F up, Nolan, could be referring to the battery, the bilge on the boat.
What?
That it's all unclear.
So the battery, they named the battery Nolan? Is that what you trying to tell me? The battery's name is Nolan.
Woo, they doing too much,
That's
Granny.
what you trying to tell me. You say wake up Nolan, y'all talk about the damn battery. That's what you trying to tell me.
Regarding the boat being disabled, apparently it was not. Listen.
So first, at 9:56 a.m.,
It's this timeline.
leaves the original dock.
Original
It
dock.
arrives at Horn Island at 11:14. So at around 4 o'clock, there is a call to the Coast Guard about the boat. NBC News got a hold of it.
We're sinking. Can you all please come?
And is everybody on board in good health otherwise?
Yeah, everybody's on board.
Everybody on.
Board.
Everybody on, right?
Does that mean
Include Nolan. There you go.
on there?
Break it down.
Who was on that boat? At 4:31, the boat leaves Horn Island and it is towed approximately 3 miles, and then the tow ends. So after 3 miles, they go back to the original dock, okay? They arrive at 5:40.
Welcome, Trisha. Yeah, this guy is a big liar, in my opinion.
See, this original dock shit is making Granny's bra strap tight.
Uh-oh, Granny.
It's rubbing my nipples a little bit too much.
Uh-oh. Too much info.
Original dock to me is the original dock where you left from. Okay? Original dock to me. And I'm not a boating enthusiast. But original dock to me is the original dock where you left from.
It makes sense.
When you left Mississippi. That is the original dock. That's what it means to me. But guys, they done named off like 3 original docks. All this boating GPS got Granny's wig tight in the motherfucker. I don't understand why y'all keep saying original dock. It's not. If you go to another dock, then guess what? That's not the original dock. That's a different dock. And that's the whole thing in a nutshell. You claim this boat was sinking, but you went from dock to dock to dock, different docks. What the fuck was you doing? Did you ever get off the boat? You went to at least 3 other damn docks. From the start of Mississippi to Horn Island, from Horn Island, you visited after that at least 2-3 other docks. If the boat is sinking, why the fuck y'all sightseeing? That's what I don't understand.
4 p.m. So it looks like this is where Horn Island is.
Joseph, you brought up a good point. Yeah, we're not really hearing anything from Katie except for what she had told her sister and her mother, which was that Nolan got on the boat with his friends, even though she never witnessed it.
And this is where the original dock is that
There we go.
I am referring to.
Original dock.
Up and El Camino Real Road is in Gulf Hills, Mississippi, which is right above Ocean Springs. So I'm wondering if this is the house where they got the phone. Now, the boat travels to Fort Bayou. At 6:06, the boat returns to the original dock.
See what I'm saying?
Then
She done named off.
original
She done named off about 20 docks. Original dock, original dock. I don't understand it. Guys, put it in the chat. Guys, let's get these likes up. We got to get these likes up, guys. Help Granny out, guys. That helps with the algorithm. Go and get these likes up. You see what I'm saying? She named off about 20 damn docks. Why you guys sightseeing going to these different docks? And I said it before, guys. The original dock, the shit is peculiar. Why you keep saying original dock to me? That's not the original dock. It's weird.
dock. The boat goes back to Fort Bayou, and then they go to the boat launch, and it is put onto the trailer and moved by the vehicle.
It's towed. It's towed.
Off at the original
There you go.
travel
Granny, Trisha wants you to loosen your wig. She wants you to loosen your wig, Granny, because you're doing too much. You're doing too much up in here, Granny.
to Fort Bayou, pick somebody up, and go back to that original dock.
All on a sinking boat.
From there, why was there an hour and 13-minute time?
Break it down.
Boat was sinking hours before, and then they're just having it docked.
They sightseeing. They sightseeing. They sightseeing.
I think they'd want to get that boat out of the water ASAP.
There you go.
That from the real TikTok detective. The boat wasn't sinking.
I agree.
They told Cito it was sinking.
I agree.
Break it down. Break it down.
Sinking, and they repaired it. Did they have a leak and they repaired it and kept on SOP? Brandon Tatum joining us, former cop, now star of The Officer Tatum. Did the young man explain those travels we just identified?
There you go.
100% they did that.
100%. He knows it.
An opportunity, and they can go look at the interview that I did with Warren, but they had an opportunity to actually talk to these young men to get this in perspective, because some people have no idea how boats function and how they work. They explained to me, they took me on a boat and showed me exactly where they went, where they docked, where did they, stop at, how did they get the bilge pump and the water out of the boat and all of the above. So they were sinking. They were taking on water. The water came up high enough that the batteries weren't working. They had to get a tow to kind of tow them out.
See what I don't like about him? Everything them light-skinned boys say.
Uh-oh, Granny. Uh-oh.
He believe it. He believe it. You are only hearing one side of the story.
True, Granny.
God bless his soul. Nolan is not here to tell the other side. We have to guess Nolan's side. But these boys telling you whatever the fuck they won't tell you, and your ass sit up there and you believe it.
Out, where you can see the young lady saying about 3 miles out. It's a complicated boat's jargon, but they ended up getting the boat out. They ended up getting it to the point where they could run the boat, run the water out of the boat through a hole in the boat that they ended up plugging. They explained all this. Anybody that does boating know exactly what they're talking about if you hear them explain it on the interview. So they have an explanation for all of these things. And not only that, Nancy, they showed me video of them on the boat, and Nolan was not on the boat.
Really?
Nolan was not on the boat log. And there are people who saw Nolan on the island close.
So if he really has this video of Nolan not being on the boat and they leaving Horn Island, why isn't the video being showed to everybody else? Guys, we got a new feature up in here. We got a new feature where you can get on the live camera. All you do is get on your phone or get on your laptop, click the link, and put the password Kelly with a capital K, ELLIE, and we'll be able to see you live if you want to get on here and chime in. This shit ain't making no sense.
To around 6 p.m., which is far after they left, far after this phone call was made. I saw text messages from the young lady that Nolan was with, the young lady named Katie. I saw her text messages. In her text messages, she say that she heard the boys yelling for Nolan to get on the boat. He did not. She said in her text message that she did not see Nolan get on the boat he came on, which was Wyatt's boat, which is the boat that was sinking and they ended up leaving on. So
I done said it's not a video. I done said this is not a video. Katie had to say something, even though as of right now, Katie has not verbally come out and say anything, guys. Katie been talking through her mama, and Katie been talking through her sister. But see, I already knew Katie had to say something, and Katie should have said something, because guess what? If Katie didn't open her mouth and say what Nolan said, allegedly, that Nolan sat up there and said, this is Katie, these are the messages she putting out with her mama, and she putting out to her sister. She sat up there and said that Nolan said he was getting back on the boat with the boys. However, she did not see it. See, but Kaylee, she's smart. Katie's smart than a motherfucker. She knew she had to say something, because guess what, Katie, and I've seen this in other videos. Guess what, Katie? If Katie hadn't have said something, then Katie would have been the last one to ever see Nolan Wells alive.
You right, Granny. You
right.
right.
A possibility not only Katie would have been the last one to see Nolan Wells alive, also Katie Daddy and Katie Uncles. Because everybody's saying there's a great possibility that Nolan was on that little daddy boat A lot of you say that, don't say little daddy on the back of it. But Mac Daddy, whatever you call Mac and Cheese Daddy, whatever you want to call it.
Mac and Cheese Daddy.
Guys, it
Come
doesn't
on,
say daddy on
Granny.
the boat. And my whole thing, if it does say little daddy on the boat, there's a great possibility that Nolan might have been on Katie's daddy's boat. And if that's the case, and if Katie ain't sitting up there and saying that Nolan said he was going back to the boat with the boys, the whole thing in a nutshell, everybody would have been looking at Katie sideways, along with her daddy and them uncles.
It wasn't just a statement that they made on a podcast. They were actually showing me evidence.
Joseph said he wants to hear from Katie. We haven't heard from Katie. Everything we've heard is through Katie's mother and the doggone sister. We haven't heard from Katie directly. Trisha says Tatum believes anything, and that's true. He believed everything that those boys was telling him during them doggone interviews.
To the contrary,
and you believe everything.
Mainstream YouTubers and some media outlets are putting out to people at large, and so I wish that people would go watch the interview or at least take some time to listen to these boys' statement. And I'll say this, Nancy, too. I wish that the family.
Good point, Trisha. Why has he not interviewed Katie? Katie been on the DL. I'm just going to say that right now. Katie has been on the DL.
Would have taken the time, or at least Benjamin Crump would have taken the time to reach out to the lawyers or reach out to these young boys to get their statements so they're not wasting their time sending everybody on a rabbit trail when they could have just talked to these boys. And they could have, but they refused. Because I saw a
you know that.
True that. He don't know.
Nolan's mom twice. I've seen messages from
Okay, he had to call Nolan's mom twice. Because when you called the first time, you said, "Where is Nolan?" Well, what the fuck you mean where Nolan is?
Relax, Granny, relax.
Nolan's supposed to be with y'all. So she was probably in shock. And probably she didn't recognize the damn telephone number. See, that's another thing. If y'all were supposed to be good friends, you've been friends several years. You've been friends several years. You say you grown up with Nolan. The whole thing in a nutshell, why didn't you have her phone number? They said he had to search her phone number, get the phone number from somebody else. But look, you've been good friends with the family for years. Okay, let's just say you don't have the mama number. You ain't got the daddy number? You ain't got the daddy number either. Nolan has 5 siblings. You mean to tell me you don't have none of their number to say, hey, are you there with your mama? Can I speak to your mama? And the whole thing in a nutshell. You had to call her back and tell her you haven't seen Nolan roughly since 3 or 4. Depending upon whose story we gonna believe. You gonna sit up there and say you haven't seen Nolan, you haven't seen him since 3 or 4, 4:30, whatever the case may be. Okay? See, I would cuss you out. That's what Granny do. I cuss you out. You mean to tell me my baby been missing and here it is 11:07 at night, and you telling me you ain't seen him since 3 or 4? Okay. Let's just call the thing a thing. The boat was sinking. That was your number one priority because you thought you was about to die, even though you visited several docks with this sinking ass boat. Okay, your life was in danger. However, you was visiting several docks. This shit is weird. But once you got to the mainland, roughly about 6:06, why didn't you call Nolan's mama then? But instead, y'all went out to eat, whatever the case may be, this, that, and the third, trying to get your motherfucking story together. That's my personal opinion. And you call her, she's supposed to be happy? Here it is, 11:07 at night. You just start telling her her baby is missing, that you haven't seen him. If you don't get the fuck out of here with that.
Ooh, stop it, Granny.
Warren's stepmother, Ashley, where she sent Nolan mom a text saying, please reach out to me whenever you're ready. I would like to talk.
Oh, Lord.
Her parents,
okay.
I saw messages from
who
reached out to Nolan's.
That doggone judge. And I posted this video, guys, on yesterday. Go look at it. The damn judge has created a damn hotline. And check this out. Now, one of the boys' mama, stepmama, is a judge. Ashley, whatever her damn name is, light-skinned girl. Pretty girl. I would say that she's a pretty girl, but let me tell you. She done created a hot tip line. When you call a hot tip line, okay, this is for supposed to be for Nolan. Hot tip line for Nolan. Getting clues and shit for Nolan. When you call a hot tip line, she answers the her and she introduces herself as the judge. Ashley, I think her last name Cole. Is that weird or not? Your son, there's a great possibility your son might have been involved in the unaliving of Nolan Wells.
That's
and
weird.
Your hot tip line, you the stepmama. The hot tip line goes to you.
That's weird.
So let me tell you something, guys.
Trisha, Crump ain't trying to talk to this fool. Crump is not trying to talk to this fool. Barney Fife. No, he's not.
Don't fuck around. I said this yesterday. Don't fuck around with that hot tip line because, guys, they get your address and that might be your ass. Oh, you got a hot tip? That's what they probably going to be thinking. Oh, you going to call to the hot tip line and you going to get some information about what happened to Nolan. Guys, they get your information. That might be your ass. That might be your ass. Is that peculiar or not, guys? Put a one in the chat. Put a one in the chat, guys, if that's peculiar, because that's peculiar to me. That the hot tip line goes right to the judge. And then the judge is all on social media. You're supposed to be impartial, little light-skinned lady. You're supposed to be impartial. You're not supposed to be posting shit on social media. She all on social media posting shit about this particular situation. You're not supposed to be doing that. You a judge. You ain't an attorney no more. You a judge. You're not supposed to be on that. Now, even though that is not a fucking crime, you can get your phone in a damn pickle of a mess. Fucking around with social media and you call yourself a judge. See, guys, there's too many unknowns in this particular case.
Mom saying, we need to talk. Can we talk? I'm available if you need to talk.
Ain't nobody want to talk to them.
I understand at this point why Benjamin Crump would go out and put misinformation out online.
You don't know that.
Availability to talk to these kids and clear these things up like I did before he presented this to the public. We also reached out to Benjamin Crump 4 times.
You don't want to talk to your monkey ass.
They come back and tell us that the family.
Joseph, I do believe that this judge actually did contact Nolan Wells' mom. But I'm sure she doesn't want to talk right now. Okay, and I'm sure Crump is telling her not to talk right now.
Family is not doing interviews. We didn't ask to talk to the family. We asked to talk to the attorney, Benjamin Crump.
Why would he want to talk to your knucklehead ass? He don't want to talk to you. He know your MO. He has seen your podcast. He has seen your YouTube channel. He don't want to be associated with it. That's why he don't want to fuck with you. A lot of people don't want to fuck with you off of the tay-tay.
Why? So we can come together as a community and
stop it.
To Nolan Wells, not create and stoke division, which is what I've seen
Mr.
from
Tatum,
Benjamin Crump.
That is exactly what we're trying to do. And I hear everything you're saying. And, I think like a prosecutor. My main goal is to find the truth of what happened to Nolan Wells. And one thing I cannot get away from is the medical examiner. I'm trying to get to tonight's news, which I'm going to get to. But, you were seeing video from WLOX.
See, this is the hotline. This hot tip line. And I don't know if they hadn't changed it up since I posted on yesterday. But as of yesterday, when you call this damn number, it going to go right to the judge.
True that, Trisha.
The judge is the stepmother of one of the guys. Allegedly, there's a great possibility the stepson might have been involved in the unaliving of Nolan Wells. Guys, does that add up to you? That shit don't make no sense. But let me tell you something. And I've said this in other videos. God bless him. Tyler Perry paid for the funeral.
Joseph, yes, I do believe that the stepmother, the judge, is the one that contacted Nolan's mom.
Tyler Perry, he paid for the funeral. Colin Kaepernick, he paid for the second autopsy because we already know the first autopsy, that coroner involved, she got a shady past. She don't never side with the brown-skinned people. She always with the light-skinned people. She got a shady-ass past. So the family said, oh, fuck that. We gonna send our baby out to Washington, D.C., and Colin Kaepernick, he paid for that. He paid for that. That second autopsy, the guys, they say that shit costs a grip. But evidently, Colin Kaepernick paid for it. However, when Nolan Wells' body got to over there to D.C., guess what? The throat bones was missing.
Oh, my God, Granny.
The throat bones was missing. And sometimes they say, guys, that is standard procedure. But if I am telling you I am shipping my baby somewhere else for another autopsy, you pack his shit up. Everything.
Granny, come on now. Come on.
And you ship his whole body back to D.C. because we don't want to fuck with you no more. Well, that corner out there, they said is shady. My whole thing in a nutshell, guys. For the life of me, and I just said it earlier, I do not know why Ben Crump got on the mic during the conference and he read off the autopsy word for word. They should have had the coroner who was in D.C.
True that,
They
Granny.
should have had him read the shit off. Okay, somebody said he might have been busy, this, that, and the third, whatever the case may be. What the fuck? You're not busy, sir.
You're right, Granny.
You're taking care of dead people, and you're not even doing that. Okay? I don't know why we couldn't have had a Zoom or whatever the case may be, because they said the coroner was in Washington, D.C., and the conference was actually in Mississippi where the family was. Why couldn't his monkey ass, get on the Zoom and sit up there and read off his own findings? And I love me some Crump, guys. Don't fuck around. Do not fuck around and fuck around with me with Trump. I will fuck you up. I ain't talking about Trump, guys. Don't get it twisted. I'm talking about Ben Crump. Don't talk about Ben. I'll fuck you up over Ben.
So, Trisha, it looks like Trisha said that there's a great possibility that the judge actually came over on a boat with Bart. I don't know.
The whole thing in a nutshell, the doctor, the coroner, should have been reading that off. He should have been reading that off, and that would have made it more effective. Okay? So, the whole thing in a nutshell. We're not, his cause of death has yet to be determined. It's undetermined what happened to Nolan. But if that coroner was there reading that shit off, instead of Ben Crump reading it off word for word verbatim, I think it would have been a little bit more effective.
You right, Granny.
That's all I'm saying, guys.
You
There's
right.
too many weird shit going on. So anyway, Tyler Perry paid for the funeral. Colin Kaepernick, he paid for the second autopsy. We have Al Sharpton put up $50,000 in reward money. And then on top of that, we had Tyler Perry double down, so the reward money was up to $100,000. And then we had Terrell Owens. He chimed in. Terrell Owens chimed in and put another $25,000.
Look at God.
So we up to $125,000 in reward money. So somebody about to say something. Somebody about to be. We talk about Mississippi. There's some poor folk out there, but the whole thing in a nutshell, don't you get it twisted up. I jumped through this damn YouTube screen on your way.
Relax, Granny, relax.
They said that Nolan Wells' family, they had some good money. Okay, they had some good money. Christine is a nurse practitioner, and the daddy did something with exotic cars. They had their own money, guys. Don't get it twisted up. Do not get it twisted up. May he rest in peace. We need to get some justice for Nolan Wells.
You right.
Speaking of sinking, is at an alleged issue with the boat bilge. Well, Randy and Bunny on TikTok have their interpretation of that. Watch this.
Detail assistance, Vicky speaking. How can I help you?
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're going.
Uh-oh.
Can y'all please come?
We got a demonstration, guys.
All right, of course. How far is the water coming up, sir? Can you give me a description? Ankles? Hello?
He can't say it.
Hey.
Yes. How far is the water coming up, sir?
It's coming up. We're just sinking. I don't know. Like we're going down.
You don't know
That from
where the water going
on
to.
TikTok. Joe Scott Morgan, very quickly before I can get into why the family believes they need subpoenas to social media giants to get the truth about what happened to Nolan's phone. Anybody can say anything after the fact.
True that.
Those boys may be innocent. They can look like
Could be.
choir boys.
They could be.
angels
They could be, Granny.
now, but I still don't know what happened on that boat.
There you go.
And I still see conflicts. Can they be reconciled? I hope so. But until they are, we're on it. This is what I can't get away from.
Okay, I don't mean to cut Nancy off. I don't mean to cut. See, a lot of shit is not adding up. Guys, the granny cam is still on. You can give me a call at 682-812-9713. You can give me a call. But our other option, we done upgraded, guys. Our other option, guys, if you look way up there in the corner, it says live caller cam. You see all those arrows? Live caller cam. Guys, the link to the live caller cam is right there in the chat. It's the highlighted chat spotlighted. You click on that link, guys, and the password is Kelly with a capital K. Kellie. K is the only one that's capitalized. Guys, when you go in there, guys, what's happening is your picture gonna pop up. Be prepared, guys. Put your teeth in. Granny, the only one who can't have no teeth here. Live. Okay, put your teeth in. Comb your hair. Okay, guys. Now, if you gonna sit up here in the dark, ain't no sense on getting on the cam. I want to see some pictures. I want to see your face. But guys, if you click on that link, it's gonna ask you for the password. You're gonna enter the room. The password is capital K, small e, Llie. And it's going to let you up in here. Don't get up on this motherfucker. Don't get up on this
Relax,
motherfucker.
Granny.
Senior moment on my ass. I will
Relax,
delete you.
Granny.
I will delete you. And let's stay on topic because we know some of y'all are stray away like a motherfucker. Let's stay on topic.
Control room, please show Joseph Scott Morgan the autopsy diagram.
Oh, so
of the
sad.
victim's
So
assistant body.
sad.
Okay, I don't care what anybody says. I do not care if an archangel lands on this anchor desk. If he lies to me, I'm using handcuffs for his wrists and a rope for his wings. You hear me?
What?
Look at that again. Put it back up.
What is Nancy talking about?
I don't know, Granny. It's weird.
Deep reddening subcutaneously on the back of his head.
And I'm going to tell you something, guys. One of you brought this shit up to me, and I was, oh, shit. You smart than a motherfucker. One of you brought it up to me. See, the neck bones never came to the second autopsy. We have yet to get the neck bone back, okay, with Nolan Wells. And then, guys, do you see there is like something going on the back of his neck? And I am thinking, and I don't know if I can say the word.
You can't say it, Granny.
Shit, man.
You can't say
But
it.
I'm going to say maybe it was a banging. Okay, some of y'all on the slow bus, you're not going to get it. Put a H on banging. Maybe it was a banging. Put an H on banging, and what does that rhyme with, guys? What does that rhyme with? Because the way it is, it seemed like the noose.
It does look like a banging, Granny.
The noose would have been on the back of the neck, the back of the head. I'll sit with her. The noose would have been on the back. If it was a banging, put an H in front of banging. If it was a banging, guys, I can't say the word. The knot of the noose would have been on the back of the head. And then the actual noose itself would have been at the throat. Maybe that's why we don't have the throat bones. Because is it a possibility that this was some type of strangulation? Is there a possibility? Gosh, the shit is sad. The shit is not.
It is, Granny. It's not.
Guys, my QR codes are down there as well. I got my email. I got my Venmo, my Cash App, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And we have the live caller cam. And I have all that information in the description. Do y'all see what I'm saying? Do you see it? It's weird. It is. It's too much shit. It's too many unknowns in this case.
It is.
We want answers and we want justice.
You right, Granny.
Nowhere else. It's not on his neck. The back of his neck, anyway. Don't see it on the back. Don't see it anywhere else on the body. So I really don't want to hear a lame explanation that it's
There you go, Nancy.
of the blood sinking to the back of the body. Number one, the body was on its face. But that said, they kept the neck
It's
and
sad.
the lungs to see if he drowned.
Oh, my
neck.
God.
Why would they keep his neck? I can't get away from this.
There you go.
Morgan,
It's
I don't
weird.
care how
It's
angelic.
weird. And I'm gonna tell you what, guys. And this is the part that really touched my heart. This the part that really touched my heart. I guess Nancy Grace saw an aerial view of when they found Nolan Wells' body.
Say it.
And she was describing it. Even though I didn't see it, and Lord knows I don't want to see that shit. I don't want to see it. When she was describing it, she said it looked like he was laying stomach down. His head was turned to one side. And one of his legs was bent. And she said it looked like he was sleeping peacefully. He was sleeping peacefully there on the edge of Horn Island where they found his body. The whole thing in a nutshell. He went missing on July the 4th. Everybody named Mama searched on July the 5th. Evidently, his body was discovered on July the 6th. My whole thing is, where had the body been all this time? All these people searching.
True that, Granny.
Where
That's
has
weird.
his body been all of his time? We talking about some blue waters, and you have an African American young boy evidently floating in the water, according to y'all. Why? With some blue shorts on. Why? And I understand how the blue shorts can chime in with the blue water. I understand that, but that brown body in that blue water, why didn't we discover his body sooner, if indeed he was out there? Or did somebody put him back on their boat, kept him, and then later on put him back out there?
That's something to think about. You right, Granny. That's something to think about.
Officer Brandon Tatum, a.k.a. Barney Fife. That's what I call him. Officer Tay-Tay. For him to sit up there and only take these light-skinned boys' side, I got a problem with that.
Friends appear, and
Me
they
too,
may
Granny.
be angels. I don't know that yet. But you can't get
I
away
don't
from
think
this.
so, allegedly.
No, you can't, and we can't get away from it until the investigation is concluded on the part of the state medical examiner's office and the authorities. And in Mississippi, and I can promise you this, as the day is long, they're not going to release this information because it's an ongoing investigation.
There you go. We ain't going to know for quite some time.
What we do have is a second view. We've got a second set of eyes on this from a highly accomplished forensic pathologist, I might add, the former chief medical examiner for D.C., and he went over Nolan's body very, very thoroughly. And he in his statements relative to this area states that he cannot make heads or tails of it at this point in time because it's compromised, this area I'm referring to in the occipital area of the head, because it has been compromised through decomposition. Now, he did a multi-layered dissection. And what that means is layer by layer, the skin, sub-Q fat, down through the muscle, which had not previously been done in this manner, according to him. I don't even know if it's annotated in the state medical examiner's report because it hasn't been released yet.
This is so sad.
It is, Granny. It's very sad.
How many times have we heard this over the years? They're doing their own histological studies, which means the tissue samples. And also the big part to this, Nancy, is going to be the toxicology. And we know that takes some time. And it's not just going to be about alcohol. It's going to be everything in the spectrum.
Officer Tatum, star of The Officer Tatum on YouTube.
There you go. There's Barney Fife. There's Barney Fife.
Taking polygraphs.
There go Barney.
Stop it, Granny.
Well, from my understanding, all but I believe one took a polygraph. And
why is that? Why is that?
That they all passed, and all of the ones that took a polygraph took one without a lawyer, and so.
I'm saying it was told to you that they passed. You don't know that for a fact. It was told to you that they passed. You see, you should even added that in, because you don't know that for facts.
True that,
you don't know that to be factual. See, that's what you do.
And they cooperated with law enforcement. So, from my understanding, everybody took a polygraph test. Why do you say that's
from what you understand?
There you go.
Tell you they
there you go.
They told they yes, ma'am. They did it. I wasn't there, so that's what I'm saying. From my understanding,
that's what I'm trying to tell you. You wasn't there.
All the boys except one, which is Warren, I believe, took a polygraph test. All of them did not have lawyers and did it and cooperated with police. Warren also cooperated with police. I just believe he didn't take a lot of technical.
Why is that?
Warren is the young man that I interviewed. So.
Why he didn't take one?
Me, they all took a lot of tech tests and passed. And it's an equivalent of a lot of tech tests. It's not a traditional lot of tech test, but it's the same theology of trying to get to if a person is lying. I don't know the name of it. It's an equivalent of a lot of tech tests.
It's equivalent. There you go. It's equivalent.
I don't believe it was a polygraph test. I believe they took other stressors in order to analyze if the people were telling.
So he don't know the name of it, but he's siding with the boys that was on the boat who could possibly have unalived Nolan.
Answer to did they take a polygraph would be no.
See what I'm saying? Nancy will get in your ass.
Uh-oh.
She will get in your ass. This light-skinned woman will get in your ass. Don't fuck around with Nancy. Don't fuck around. You see how he tried to backpedal? Nancy and crawled up in his sweater.
Uh-oh,
He
Granny.
get nervous.
I think it could be semantics because they took a test to analyze whether or not they were being truthful in their statements, and that certified test, they passed it. It just wasn't considered a traditional polygraph. I think it's a more advanced one.
Here we go.
Tatum.
Oh, shit.
In a nutshell, Joe Scott. There is a difference between a polygraph, which measures all sorts of body signals. Your sweat.
Let me tell you something. When Nancy say a word or a sentence one by one, we in trouble.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Granny.
Up.
Uh-oh,
Was
Granny.
this not a poly? When she say it like that, there about to be a problem. We know Nancy can get ignorant up in here.
Your breathing, your heart, your blood pressure, all sorts of things, and an audio verification test. Big difference.
Yeah. So the audio is, you're looking for stressors in the voice, and these people are highly trained to do this. And you know how the courts feel about these tests. Are they admissible or not? But I think that, going to Brandon's point, the fact that they have taken these, at least those named allegedly have taken these, according to him, I think that that's significant. Now, whether or not that this is going to be usable investigative tool is hard to measure.
I didn't ask you if it's going to be used in court.
Uh-oh.
That's a whole nother animal. We'll
See,
burn that
ignorant.
bridge when we
Ignorant.
get
She
there.
getting ignorant.
Okay, there may never even be a court case.
She getting ignorant.
First,
Right.
I got to find out what happened to Nolan. Okay, so let's not put the cart before the horse. You've got eye
fucking around.
detections, tests. I don't put any stock in that as to whether somebody's lying. You've got nonverbal communication experts claiming they can tell. You've got brainwave analysis. You've got all sorts of things. I want a poly.
Right.
I'm not saying they did anything or they didn't do anything. Go, strap up, take me a poly. Officer Tatum, star of the Officer Tatum on
Officer
YouTube.
Tay.
Guys, let's look at the poll that I created. I asked you guys, are Nolan Wells' so-called friends telling the truth regarding their involvement in this case? And 29% of you said yes, and 71% of you guys said no. So there's not a whole lot of people believing these guys.
Full of shit.
I've been told, but I can't verify, that the boat in question has been searched by scent dogs and cadaver dogs. Is that true?
I'm not familiar if that's true. Let me just
for once you don't know shit.
It took was a voice stress analysis test instead of what we call a traditional polygraph test. But I'm not familiar with the cadaver dog searching the boat. I wasn't informed that was the case. But I was told by the boys that they did not wash the boat off or do any of those things that they were accused of doing, after this incident.
Right.
And I say, based on all the things that I've heard, it appears that they've been very truthful with me. And law enforcement. They've already communicated with law
believe
enforcement very
anything.
early on.
Okay.
That's true, Granny.
Officer Tatum.
Uh-oh.
Coming from you,
Uh-oh.
I do give that credence because you were a Tucson PD.
Was.
I've had people sit down, look me right in the face and lie, and they are so convincing. So I don't know who's telling the truth. I don't know what happened, and that's why I really resent people suggesting the investigation be shut down. We're not doing that until we know what happened. Officer Tatum interviewed multiple of the young men on that boat. Now, let me address what's happened in the last hours.
Break it down, Nancy.
Go ahead, Nancy.
It's not buying
Hell no.
what they are saying, that nothing was deleted.
True that.
They're not saying they're lying. They're not saying they're telling the truth. They have hit social media giants with subpoenas once and for all to get
Boom,
everything
shakalaka.
get
their asses. Get them.
Nolan Wells Digital. Okay, straight out to Dr. Jim Jones joining us out of Virginia. Dr. Jones, cybersecurity digital forensics expert, digital forensics program director, associate professor, George Mason University.
Go on, Jones.
Can't argue.
Go on, break it down.
Okay, Dr. Jones, what will the evidence reveal?
See how she said? What When she start doing that, guys.
Stop it, Granny.
It's two things.
Uh-oh.
Either she about to get ignorant with your ass, or she about to climb in your ass.
Oh, my goodness, Granny.
And she do that, guys. She ain't coming out.
Oh, my goodness.
Right now.
Oh, my goodness,
she
Granny.
is not, Nancy is a force to be reckoned with. She don't fuck around with Nancy. Nancy can get ignorant. Let's check this shit out.
Let's just start on Nolan Wells' cell phone.
One word at
Let's
a time.
start with Snapchat.
Snippety snap.
Sure. So on his cell phone, any images taken for whatever app are going to be stored locally, at least temporarily. So Snap is one of those apps that deletes the picture afterwards. The key here is that when digital files are deleted, the data does not immediately go away. So the data is left intact at least for fractions of a second, sometimes hours, days, weeks. So what they'll find, assuming that they have access to the unencrypted data on the phone, is they will find bits and pieces of old text messages, videos, pictures taken.
And you know what, guys? I want to stop it right here. Because the other day, Nancy Grace, she was watching this aerial view just like I was. And, guys, she said that she could see, and I don't want to see the shit, guys. That's going to make Granny upset. She could see where they found Nolan Wells' body. And his body was laying stomach down.
That's it, Granny.
His head turned to the side. And she said it looked like he was sleeping peacefully.
Oh, my goodness.
She said this, guys, when they were doing this aerial view. And my whole thing, and I want to clarify, could this be an accident? It sure could be an accident. It sure could have been. It could have been an accidental drowning. He could have slipped and fell, bumped with his head, whatever the case may be. I'm not ruling that out. But the whole thing that make this real peculiar is when the boy, there's contradictions whether or not he got on the boat or he wasn't on the boat. There's contradictions in that. And then when the boys get back to the mainland, they start deleting this snappity chat, chit chat, whatever the fuck it is. They start deleting that shit.
That's
On
true,
top of
Granny.
that, they start deleting their own social media, including the stepmama judge, who now is part of the damn hotline tip that's associated with Nolan Wells. See, a lot of this shit is not adding up.
You right, Granny.
That's all I'm saying. It's not adding up. Why is the judge even involved? She's not the judge of this case. She is the stepmama of one of the boys. See, that's all Granny's saying, guys. Let's get these likes up. Let's get these likes up, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Granny Cam. It's on. Guys, you can call me. We only hear your voice, 682-812-9713. Or, guys, you can go. There's a link, guys, in the chat. You can participate in the live caller cam. Okay? And I got the link to the live camera. I got the link in the chat. On top of that, the password is capital K ELLIE. And then you'll be able to enter the room. Don't get your motherfucking ass on here.
Relax,
I'll tell
Granny.
you this.
Relax.
Don't get on here and have a senior moment. Don't get on here and start talking about another case. That is a good way to get your ass deleted.
Granny, relax.
Okay? I don't give a damn who you want to talk about the presidency or whatever the case may be. You do that shit somewhere else. We're not about to do that, guys. We are talking
Granny,
about
you do it too
Wells
much.
today. Okay, so you get on here, have a senior moment, you get on here and start talking about something else. I will delete your monkey ass.
Granny, come on, Granny.
And that might reveal something that they can timestamp to the event in question, yet the picture is not still in the active files. That would suggest a deletion.
Okay, hold on just a moment. Let me see, Jones. Dr. Jones, I'm just a trial lawyer.
Uh-oh, she getting low with it.
I need you to explain carefully.
What's up, Ebony?
Let me ask you some
Welcome.
pointed questions.
Uh-oh. Be careful.
Is different. Very different. Hold on, doctor. Let me go to Tanya Jordan, Chief Parent Officer at Bark Parental Control.
Guys.
Parenting in a Tech World. Snap is a whole nother can of worms. The other night, example, my son and I, John David.
Stay focused, Nancy.
We're watching The Ultimate Ip Man, and I fell asleep. It was 2:00 in the morning. I woke up and I looked at him. He was furiously on his phone. And of course, that raises a red flag. Why is your son on the phone at 2 a.m.? I said, son, what are you doing?
He's snippety chat.
He said, I'm responding to a snap. I'm like, let me see. Who's snapping you at 2 o'clock in the morning? It's some freaky dude in his underwear.
Oh, my God.
Gross.
Ooh, Nancy, you too much. You too much.
Here. Okay. Snap. What is it?
Break it out.
Snap is an app that was developed to send disappearing nudes many, many years ago. So it's wild, and today now flock to that app, and parents allow it. Myself included. I regret letting my son have that app. So now, fast forward to today, children think that this media disappears because that's the user interface presented to them. But the media does not disappear. Children sitting on either side of them can take a picture with their phone, and that data lives on Snap servers because, as we know, law enforcement has had a heck of a time subpoenaing them and getting access to it.
Okay, that's gibberish.
You're right, because I'm lost already. I'm lost. Thank you, Nancy, for the clarification.
Appears to disappear to a user. So if I send a snap.
Oh, okay.
And let's say, Nancy, you send me a snap. When I open it up, it disappears from my view. But that media, that photo, that video that you sent me, it is still alive in Snap's ownership.
Oh, okay.
So what that means to me as a trial lawyer is I can subpoena it and I can see it.
All right.
Yes.
Okay, that made perfect sense. Now I get it. So my son is telling the truth that it disappeared.
Yes. To him.
But not to Snap. Okay.
Not to
All right.
snippety snap.
What about WhatsApp? That doesn't disappear.
Correct. WhatsApp does not disappear, but WhatsApp is also purported to be encrypted. So Meta moved in a very big disappointment to anybody who cares about child safety to make WhatsApp end-to-end encrypted. So good luck to law enforcement trying to get anything that happened on that app.
To Dr. Jim Jones, digital forensics expert,
it's
associate
peculiar.
professor, George Mason University,
It's peculiar.
program director on it.
Guys, put a 1 in the chat if you think something fishy going on. Put a 1 if you think something fishy going on.
It's
with this
fishy,
case.
Granny. It is fishy.
Put a 2 in the chat if you don't think anything fishy is going on. Put a 1 in the chat if you think something fishy going on. Put a 2 in the chat if you think that nothing is fishy going on. Cause I'm gonna put a 1 in the chat because I'm thinking there's something fishy. A lot of this shit is just not adding up, guys. It's not adding up.
Dr. Jones, I, like Nolan's mother, find it very unusual
It's
that
peculiar.
Nolan, for a period of
peculiar.
hours, there's nothing. He is a prolific snapper.
He's a snippety
Insta,
chatter.
You name it.
Snippety.
There's nothing there. I got a problem, number one, of him separating himself from the phone. But no teen does that. Nobody does that.
You right.
If
You
put it
right.
in the
You
water,
right. You right.
He may leave it on the boat so it doesn't get damaged.
True that.
But I find it hard to believe that he left the boat, leave with it and his keys, and that he wasn't taking pictures and on
It's
the boat,
weird.
on the way
It's
out
weird.
there. Where is
It's
all
weird,
that?
Nancy. It's
That's
weird.
human behavior, which is not your forte. But Dr. Jones, explain to me what these subpoenas mean. Dr. Jones, from what we're learning in the last 24 hours, Nolan's family demands all IP addresses associated with his accounts.
There you go.
All communications, chats, posts, stories. You
Good.
can explain later to Tanya what is a story, and all other information. The phone is critical because there's nothing on it for the critical hours. Subpoenas issued in the last hours to Snapchat, WhatsApp, TikTok, Meta, all Meta platforms, and all location tracking platforms, including Life 360. Okay, doctor, what does it mean?
So what they're trying to
Break
do
it down.
is
Break it
find
down now.
everything that was pushed up to the servers. And as Tatiana pointed out, some of this content is encrypted as it goes through the servers. So they won't be able to see the content on the server, but they'll have a record that an image or a video or a message came through. So what I would be looking at is I would compare what the providers, the servers show to what's on the phone. And if I find a discrepancy, that would suggest that something has been deleted from the phone. Anybody that had access to the phone could easily delete something on the phone, much harder to delete what's being held on the servers from the phone.
I assume his phone had a password. There are certain things that you need the password to do, such as delete activity.
Go Heather. Break it down.
If you have a password and you pick up your phone, if you're touching the screen, that leaves a trace. If you're trying to power it off, that leaves a trace. So we should be able to see people without a password trying to actively interact with it as well as someone that has it. So we would do a forensic acquisition, and that's really important here. Someone just looking in the phone, you can get a glimpse, but you can't see what's deleted and hiding below the surface. We need a forensic acquisition to do that. We can tell if it was just soft deleted, so like sitting in a trash can, or a hard delete. So if you empty your trash on your phone and then you go and throw it into a dumpster and the trash is taken away.
All right.
There is a log that tracks everything. Also with timestamps on when that activity occurred.
Digital expert Heather Barnhart. Okay, is a subpoena Dr. Jim Jones, is a subpoena the equivalent of an acquisition, a forensics?
Y'all using some big words up in here.
Yeah, good question. No,
Relax, Granny.
So the subpoena is going to the providers, the companies that provide these services, and it says, hey, what is on your servers? The physical acquisition is going to get a copy of the raw data stored on the phone. And to Heather's point, what you see through the interface is only a small fraction of what's actually stored on the device. It's a very busy place and things are being replaced and removed all the time. The physical acquisition will take a snapshot in time of anything that's left, in particular, the fragments. She also made a very good point about the logs. Phones, modern smartphones, keep very detailed logs. It's not the picture, but it will tell you that someone deleted a picture, and you may even have a timestamp or other metadata that would help you know something about that content, even if you can't see the content.
See what I'm saying? If you are not guilty, what you deleting shit for?
You right, Granny.
What you deleting shit for? I believe. That's my personal belief, guys. Take it or leave it, do whatever the hell you want to do with it. Granny believe if all this deleting hadn't went down, if all of this bullshit about notifying the mama hours after you discovered.
Hey, Glenn. Welcome.
Okay, because the boat made it to the mainland 6:06 p.m. You claim you ain't seen them since 4:30. Okay, then you say you got in the boat and the boat was sinking. Okay, and the boat made it back. However, you was visiting different docks with the boat was sinking. That's the story you want us to believe. But
You're
anyway,
right.
You got
You're right, Granny.
to the owner. You got the boat to the owner at 6:06 p.m. And then when you got back to the mainland, you didn't call her mama till 11:07 p.m. You didn't call her mama till 11:07 p.m. But another thing, I don't think that you thought this shit out. Because Christina Wells, she's smart than a motherfucker. Christina Wells had that Life 360 on the phone that her son had. And so she saw that the phone was pinging on the mainland. So she knew, allegedly, if your phone is pinging on the mainland and the son was attached to the phone, Nolan loved that phone, that snippety chat and all that all that social media, he stayed on that shit. So she is safe to assume if your son is on that snippety chat and he has Life 360 because you put it on the damn phone to figure out what the fuck your son was.
Relax,
and
man.
that was smart. Like I'm saying, these smart folk we dealing with. We ain't dealing with no dum-dums. It's safe to assume to her, my son is back on the mainland. That's what she was thinking. However, when they got the phone back, guys, there was no snippety chat. There was no snippety chat on the phone. Everything was deleted. See, different levels of this shit. Different levels of this.
You right, Granny.
Shit.
You are right.
Got us looking sideways at these light-skinned people. See, different level with all this shit that's happening. The boat sinking and ain't sinking. The timeline. We talk about Katie and some kitty cat. All this shit that
That's the kitty cat
is going to different docks. Okay, you telling us different timeline. The last time you seen Nolan, and then you go into these different docks. You get it to its destination. You go to the mainland. You get the boat to its owner. However, you do not tell the mama or the daddy that the son was missing until hours later. See, all that shit, then you delete your social media. You delete your social media. See, all this shit, it got, when it get up here, we get tired of the shit. How many lies you think we're going to sit up here and believe
Exactly.
about this boy? See what I'm saying? A lot of this shit ain't adding up. If you hadn't have told so many lies, maybe we believe some of this shit, but you done told too many goddamn lies. And there we go, guys. You done made me use God's name in vain. I don't fuck around. You done made me use God's name in vain. See, a lot of this shit ain't adding up. That's why we're looking at your asses sideways.
Anymore.
So, Dr. Jim Jones, if I delete something, let's just pretend it's a text. We delete a text. Then you go to the deleted file and delete it from the deleted file. We can't see it, but there is a record of that, and it is very likely revivable.
Yes, to the record, for sure. There's a record of that action happening. Revivability depends on how.
Well, revive this shit then.
Relax, Granny.
So it's a very
Don't do that.
process. Think of it as something that decays over time. Sometimes that decay is very rapid. Sometimes it's slow.
And we know there's a difference in retrieval time on an iPhone versus an Android. It's a very delicate process. John Mobley, veteran trial lawyer, South Carolina. What is it Nolan's mother wants from social media giants?
Everything. That's what they want. And I've been saying this from the beginning. These are the types of things they should have been doing from the beginning. Not press conferences, not grandstanding.
Break it down.
Not the all show, no go. But getting the actual data from the phone so they can get real answers to put all the information regarding.
Okay, what the fuck he talking about grandstanding?
Relax, Granny. Relax.
I didn't see no grandstanding. I didn't see no grandstanding, guy. I didn't see no grandstanding going on. In none of them conferences did I see any grandstanding. These people want legitimate answers. So I don't know what the fuck he talking about some grandstanding.
What happened in context. They will know if anything was posted, if anything was deleted, if it was communicating with someone. This is the real work that needs to be done.
Sweet baby.
This is how we all get answers.
Back to you, Dr. Jim Jones. Will these records reveal whether Nolan Wells had reception on Horn Island or on the way there?
There you go. We need to know that.
They could, based on timestamps of things that got pushed to the server, that would say he did have service. The absence of those records doesn't say that he didn't have service. However, the cell phone provider through the tower records could show that, because every time a cell phone talks to a tower, a record is created.
Excellent. The ping trail. Okay, back to Officer Tatum. The Officer Tatum on YouTube.
Ignorant ass.
Did the young men you interviewed, I believe it was 4 of them, state that Nolan did not have reception, or did they explain why there are no pictures, text, instance, nothing on his phone? Did they
explain that?
An explanation?
Go on, explain it, Officer Knucklehead.
Come on, Granny, don't do that.
They didn't mention anything about whether Nolan has service or not, but they articulated the reason why Nolan may not have,
Well, you the big police officer. Should you have asked that damn question? Did Nolan have service? You the damn big police, big Barney Fife. Shouldn't you have asked that question?
certain pictures on his phone. And they had mentioned because Nolan spent the night at their house the night before, because it's traditional for the last few years that they actually went to Horn Island together. But they were saying that they had taken pictures at the house. Some of the pictures that you've seen floating around online were pictures that they took on the boat. But they didn't take those pictures when they got out, out there to Horn Island, because they were having fun. And I would argue that they were drinking, and I couldn't imagine.
They probably was.
Yeah, you're right, Granny.
They probably was.
What they had articulated to me, that it wasn't abnormal for people not to snap and not to do a lot of pictures and things like that, because they were focused on
But you
being
told me
off of the
they
mainland.
showed you pictures and videos.
Yeah,
They
it's
did
not
take pictures
uploaded.
and videos.
No. It's not a lot of pictures, and they weren't uploaded. So when you're talking about Snapchat, you're talking about a platform where people are uploading images and pictures to produce to the world. What they showed me were things that they had recorded on their phone, and it wasn't a lot of different things because most of what they did was drinking and having fun in the water. And so, what they had articulated to me as well is that it's not abnormal for people not to snap. It's not abnormal for you not to have your phone. And Nolan wasn't the only person that left his phone on the boat. They also mentioned to me, and you could see it in the interview that they did, was that they had no reason to touch Nolan's phone. They weren't thinking about Nolan's phone when they thought the boat was sinking.
And you believed it.
And when they got to the
He
house, there
always
was no
do, Granny.
incident.
You already know.
When it
He
comes
always
to,
do. You know it.
Nolan getting the phone back to the friend and parent.
Cuss him out, Nancy.
You're going far afield from my question.
Oh, shit.
Redirect you
Redirect
back to their phone.
Rope it in. Rope his ass in.
Nothing on his phone. They have pictures and videos on their phones.
It don't add up.
Tell me that they exist, whether
There
they
you go.
posted them or not. So they were taking pictures and videos. Don't you see why the mom, Nolan's mom, is concerned? There's nothing on her son's phone.
No, he don't see it.
Well, Nancy, it's very.
Nolan mama too dark for him.
Stop
He
it,
only
Granny.
like the light skin. He only like the light skin, and we already know Christina. You can't get no lighter than that. But she's still too dark. She's still too dark for him. Nothing will come out of her mouth is he gonna believe. This shit is all one sided. Cause Nolan is no longer with us. This shit is all one sided. Cause Nolan is no longer with us. And the whole thing, he not being impartial. This is what he do. He is not being impartial. Anything the little light skinned boys say.
You right,
He
Granny.
believes. That's
You
what
right.
he do, guys. Go ahead, like, comment, share, subscribe, guys. If you like the video, guys, please take it out your spare time to like the damn video. That helps with the algorithm. I greatly appreciate it. Algorithm, whatever the fuck you want to call it. That's what it helps with. Guys, Granny Cam is still open, guys. It's 682-812-9713. And guys, if you look over into the chat, if you want to get on here live, guys, we also have the live cam available.
There we go.
I have the link. You can link in, and the password is right there, capital K ELLIE. Don't get on here and all I see is black. I'll delete your motherfucking ass.
Oh, Granny.
I'll delete you. Granny ain't got time for games. Either gonna be on the camera or not. That's just what it is.
Stop it, Granny.
That's just what it is. I want you to stay focused when you go get on here, guys. Don't get cussed out. Don't get cussed out on the damn live call a cam. Don't make Granny get on here look foolish. Don't make her look foolish. Please don't do that, guys. All right? Whole thing. This guy, guys, we only will know one side of the story. The light-skinned boy side. We will only know one side of the story because Nolan is not here to tell us the other. But see, this fool right here, he ain't never impartial. He ain't never impartial.
You right, Granny.
If
You
it's
right.
against somebody of color, that's what he gonna do all day long. That's his MO. I motherfucker don't like him. Include my damn self. Officer Tay, he weird. You don't get no weirder than that.
It's unclear exactly what the mother is articulating because at one point she's concerned
See what I'm
that
saying?
there's not a lot of Snapchats. Or
Now all of a sudden she can't articulate. You see what I'm saying? Now all of a sudden she can't articulate. This lady has a high degree in nursing. She a nurse practitioner. And now, you see what I'm saying? Now all of a sudden she can't articulate. He trying to lose some bullshit on the side.
social media posting. She did not articulate or the
There we go.
Benjamin Crump.
You gonna make me jump through this damn
on his phone.
Granny cam.
So they're not saying that the phone was wiped and there's no images or anything. She was concerned about his social media frequency, which I believe after talking to the boys, it was consistent with what they said, and it was consistent with basic deductive reasoning that maybe he didn't post a lot on that day. So what remains a focus for me, and if I was investigating this case,
and you not, thank God.
Not talking about whether he posted.
Get his ass, Nancy. Get him.
Get him, Nancy.
He didn't even take anything. There's no pictures. There's no anything.
Nothing. Zero.
That's what the mom is saying, but
That's what it is.
To either see or hear exactly what she's trying to articulate. Some of the things that she said in the media is that she's talking about posting. I don't believe she said that there was nothing at all on his phone.
She
No
said
pictures.
nothing, Negro.
But
Uh-oh,
I
Granny.
wasn't able to
Cut it
verify
out now.
that. So if I was able to see Nolan's phone and the mother was able to show me exactly what she's articulating, I'll be able to have a better
She
perspective.
ain't gotta show you shit.
To what Warren and the other boys were telling me. So at this point, I only have.
See, guys, he talking about people won't talk to him. Ben Crump won't talk to him. Al Sharpton won't talk to him. Nolan Wells family don't talk to him. Because they seen your motherfucking podcast. And your shit is weird. Your shit is weird. They know that they not going to get the word out. And what they trying to say, what they trying to articulate, they already know that your shit is one-sided. Why would anybody in their motherfucking right mind
Relax,
who's
Granny.
African
Relax.
American go on your show? We already know you're going to cut the motherfucking ass down at the knees. So it makes no sense to go on your show. Okay? It makes no sense to go on your show because that's what you do. That's your MO. That's your MO. If it's anything against a person of color, you're going to make sure you chime in. Even though you don't have the whole damn picture.
That's true, Granny.
You're going to make sure your ass chime in. That's why nobody of color want to get on your damn show.
Have one side of it, and then I have a fractured perception from what the media or what the mother is saying in the media. So when the police officers look at his phone and they do a forensic extraction, if they're allowed to do that, they will see plainly if Nolan was on his phone, if he had taken pictures, and if they were deleted. Now, I'll implement this as we begin to try to guess and figure out.
Thank you, Trisha, for coming back.
It doesn't seem to be reasonable to suggest that the boys were in his phone deleting things. Now, after hanging out with the boys,
how you know that shit?
Well, they're very intelligent young men.
How you know?
Chill, Granny, chill.
Oh, really? How you know that?
To make an assumption that if they were trying to cover up something that happened to Nolan, I would perceive that they would throw the phone in the water or something where it never would be recovered. Or if
so, they was raised well. Are you trying to allude to the fact that Nolan wasn't raised well? Is that what you trying to say, motherfucker? All right, I'm gonna jump through this granny cam on your ass.
Relax, Granny.
Are you just trying to say that they was raised well because their parents is light skinned? What are you basing this shit off of? Just what I'm saying, this shit is weird. This is leaning toward psychosis. That's what it's leaning toward. I really don't want to say it, but it's leaning something. Let's just look at this motherfucker for 1 hot minute. Something wrong with this motherfucker. Can somebody tell me? Look,
oh my God,
like
great.
A Bucky Beaver right about now. The shit is weird. Is he part Bucky? And something else got something that's weird about this guy.
Granny, come on.
With the brown peoples whatsoever. It seemed like it's some self-hate. Look at this motherfucker. Look at him, guys. Don't let shit rub off on your ass. Don't look too hard.
Granny,
look
stop
away
it
if
now.
you think this shit gonna rub off on you. Something wrong with this motherfucker. This motherfucker is straight weird.
they had access to get into the phone, they wouldn't just delete. They would just completely rewrite the phone or, do a hard reset. Or they wouldn't give the phone back to mama or the family anyway. So with those factors put in place and what I've talked to them about, it seems as if their story seems consistent to me.
Let me tell you, and I know I keep interrupting, but guess what? This Granny show, I interrupt as many damn times as I want. Okay, he talking about, they won't get a phone back. Have you seen Daddy Nolan? Have you seen Nolan's daddy? Elmo don't fuck around. That's a big motherfucker. That is a big motherfucker right there. So you mean to tell me if a big motherfucker like that tell you to give me my son's phone, you ain't gonna give it back? Shit. You got things really fucked up in the world. Okay? There's no way in hell you could tell me that those boys wasn't gonna give up that phone because Elmo don't fuck around. That's a big motherfucker. He do not fuck around.
You right, Granny.
So don't tell me they had the option not to give the phone back. A big motherfucker like that come at you and say, give me my son's phone back. Guess what? You're giving the shit back. Or we'll be going to another funeral. That's what's about to happen.
That they did not get in the phone. They did not know his password. They had no reason to believe that there was a necessity to get in the phone.
Officer,
and they gave it
I'm
over
not
to the
saying
family.
you're wrong.
You know what, guys? I'm sorry, Nancy. I just thought about something. Some of them passwords you had to put in the phone, sometimes it's a facial recognition. Or sometimes it's just...
That's true, Granny. That's true.
Maybe they put it on Nolan's face and it opened up the phone. I don't know. Maybe they took one of his fingers and just pushed it on there. And it opened the phone up. If the phone was indeed locked. I just thought about that. Guys, I need to be a detective. I need to be the
No,
grandma
Granny.
detective. That's
No.
what I need to be.
No,
Maybe
Granny.
that's what happened. I don't know how they got the phone open, and I don't know how they went about deleting all the shit. But see what I'm saying? All this deleting the shit. This has got me looking at your asses sideways. Yeah, it could have been a drowning. Sure could, all day long. It could have been. But when you start adding this other bullshit onto it, this is what make me think y'all ain't telling the truth.
Anybody's word for anything until I investigate it and corroborate it. Again,
that's fair.
Maybe they're completely innocent.
There you go.
Maybe they're not. I don't know.
He jumped to conclusions all the time.
You right, Granny. You right.
Had something to do with Nolan's death. I don't know, but I will find out. And you said, I don't know what she said exactly. Well, here is what Nolan's mother said.
Break it down.
When we opened it up, there was
God bless her.
There were no saved pictures. There were no snaps from that day, and we did open it before the 24-hour expiration. So we found that very concerning, only because anyone who's ever been around Nolan will tell you at social gatherings, he's taking videos, he's taking pictures, he's even
it's peculiar
to me when I'm getting ready to go to bed. Hey, Ma, come on, take a picture of me. You know, like he just that was Nolan.
Right.
So that's why we feel that things may have been deleted, was because of the fact that there was nothing in either one of his accounts.
That's weird.
Okay, to Tanya Jordan, Bark, parental control officer and author, do you understand what she just said? I do. Explain it.
Absolutely. When a child dies, every second, every hour, every day matters. Families and investigators need timely access to lawfully requested evidence so they can find answers and hold the right people accountable. And Snapchat claims to respond to most legal requests in 2 to 3 weeks, but critics say some investigations have taken months, which delays justice. Meta, Instagram, right? There aren't many kids on Facebook these days. There's no public average for subpoena response times, but it's
interesting. It's interesting.
And investigators have criticized delays in some really high-profile child safety and teen death cases. WhatsApp, we talked about that earlier. Even with a warrant, Meta generally cannot read or produce message content because it doesn't have it. That's what we were talking about with the challenges with encryption. It's not a response time thing, it's the encryption. So I don't know if I answered your question, but I just felt it was really important to be very clear about what we need for justice and what social media companies
need some justice.
are
That's
not
for damn
providing
sure.
in a timely manner.
God bless them, guys. God bless them. God bless them.
Tatum to be right.
You right, Trisha.
I don't.
I want.
I don't like the
this to
motherfucker.
be
Relax,
easily
Granny.
explainable when we know all the facts. But we will not stop until we know the facts.
There you go, Nancy.
If you know or think you know anything regarding Nolan's case, please dial 228-769-3063. If only I could put a keg of dynamite under the social media giant's rear end and get those answers now, I would.
Guys, this case is really, really crazy. I wanted to go over this damn timeline again because this shit is confusing me. And it is weird. Guys, so this is the boat. This is the Nolan Wells boat. The boys evidently, they went out roughly about 9:56 a.m. They left the original dock. And see, this is the problem I'm having. They left the original dock at 9:56 a.m. And then that boat that they got on, the boat that later on everybody's going to say was sinking. The boys are claiming it was sinking. At 11:14 a.m., the boat arrives at Horn Island. Okay, everybody was on the boat. They was taking pictures, having fun. Of course, they were drinking. Some of them shouldn't even been drinking because they was underage. So anyway, the boat, roughly about 4 p.m. Evidently, there was some type of distress call. See, this is the whole thing. Nolan, evidently, Katie is saying that Nolan got back on the boat even though she never saw it. And I've said this before. Katie had to say something, even though she has not verbally said it to us per se. Katie had to say something because she knew if she didn't say something, then guess what, guys? She would have been the last one to see Nolan Wells, her daddy, and her uncles, and guess what? Everybody would have been looking at them sideways. So I don't know if Katie is telling the truth or whatever the case may be, but anyway, Katie is claiming that Nolan Wells said he was getting back on the boat. The boys on the boat is saying that they tried to tell Nolan to get on the boat. He wouldn't get on the boat. Evidently, he was trying to stay behind with Katie. So roughly about 4 p.m. See, this whole boat GPS is all jacked up. Evidently, there was a distress call. Evidently, something was going on with the bulge pump. It evidently stopped working. Evidently, the boat was sinking. And so about 4:31 p.m., the boat leaves Horn Island. My whole thing in a nutshell, if you already put out a distress call, why would you still get on that same boat that you claim is sinking at 4:31? That makes no sense whatsoever. And now, guys, so you know something is going on with the boat. If you're one of the boys on the boat, you already know there's an issue with the boat, but you still got on the boat, and at 4:31, you still leave Horn Island, even though you say, this is what you're saying, and there was an issue with the boat. After 4:31, evidently the boat was towed approximately 3 miles. 3 miles. This is what happened. The boat was towed 3 miles. And at 5:44 p.m., the boat returns to its original dock according to the GPS. Now, my whole thing in a nutshell, why wouldn't the original dock, and guys, I am not a boating enthusiast, but why wouldn't the original dock be the first dock that they left from at 9:56 a.m. out there in Mississippi? Why would that not be considered the original dock? That is weird to me. So 5:44, they're claiming the boat went to the original dock. 5:52, the boat travels to Fort Bayou. That's what happens at 5:52. 6:06 p.m., the boat returns once again. They're using this verbiage, original dock, which is weird as fuck to me. And then at 7:14, the boat travels to Fort Bayou and it is launched. Evidently, guys, the boat was eventually towed to the owner's house, and I believe the main reason why it was towed, not because the boat was having issues per se, is because the water was so shallow to get the boat to the owner's home. That's why the boat was towed. My whole thing in a nutshell, guys, looking at this GPS, they had went to several so-called original docks. If the boat was having problems, it seemed like y'all were sightseeing or whatever the case may be. Why were you going to these different docks? This is making me think, and guys, this is allegedly, this is making me think that maybe you guys had Nolan Wells, and guys, I'm just speaking out loud. This is an assumption. Did you have Nolan Wells' body inside of the boat, and you was trying to figure out where to dump him at? And this is the reason why you went to so many docks. This is weird. And then when you got to the mainland, I've said this in other videos, when you got to the mainland, you still did not contact his mother till 11:07 p.m. that night. So that boat had already got to its owner. Why did it take you so long to finally call the parents? That is weird. And then when the father came to the house, and I know they were probably shocked when the father made it to the house. When the father made it to the house, because the mother had that Life 360 on the phone. So she was able to see that Nolan had made it, at least his phone made it to the mainland. So I know they were shocked when the daddy come knocking on the door. And I've said this in other videos, and I believe I said it in this video. If you are claiming you were so good friends with Nolan Wells' daddy, and I'm paraphrasing, why when he knocked on the door, he said, "Hey, I'm Nolan Wells' daddy"? He shouldn't have had to introduce himself to you guys if you all grew up together with Nolan. This is how I know that you guys are lying. You didn't grow up together, and this is why the mother is shooting y'all down every time one of y'all get on social media and say, "Oh, I was his best friend, this, that, and the third, that Tristan," or whatever the hell his name is. The mother says she had never really heard of this guy. Okay? The whole thing in a nutshell, from what I understand, and I'm really sure the parents have really never elaborated on this, evidently Nolan goes out every 4th of July with these guys. So why is it that they don't know these guys? Why don't you know where your child is going and who your child is going with? Even though Nolan was 18 years old, why is that? And Trisha says, why is the amount of time different from the back and forth from the docks? I have no idea. I have no idea. And this verbiage is driving me bananas. But my whole thing in a nutshell, if your child does this every 4th of July weekend, every time it rolls around, which is once a year, those of you on the slow bus, why is it that the parents don't know who is, at least some of these boys are? You just going to allow him? Well, guys, he's almost grown, or was almost grown. How is it that you allow him to go on this boating trip every year and you don't know not one of these motherfuckers? That shit is really weird. So, guys, may he rest in peace. We have to get justice for Nolan. That's for damn sure.